to welcome the AVCA Player of the Year and the former Big 12 Player of the Year, and now the Big 12 Preseason Player of the Year in 2020. Yossiana, thank you so much for taking the time. The accolades, they continue to roll in for you. First off, how are you doing right now?
I'm doing well. I've actually been working out and maintaining my rehab and just spending time with my family. So it's been great, even though quarantine and COVID, despite all of that, I've been doing pretty well.
Great to hear. Yossiana, this team, you're coming off of the best season in program history. When you think back to last year, co-Big 12 champs, the #1 seed in the NCAA tournament. How are you as a senior going to lead your team back to the top?
I'm just pretty confident in everybody. As a senior, oh my gosh, that's so weird to say. I feel like I just got here yesterday. But as a senior, I'm just going to make sure that we keep our standard and not, focus so much on this past season because we're going to have an even bigger target on our back. And we have to make sure that we are staying focused and not saying, oh, we beat Texas, for instance, last year in 5, like, oh, we're going to beat them again. No, every team changes. So we just have to make sure that we are taking care of our side and making sure that we excel in practice and get better each day. So I'm just excited because we have a bigger platform and that bigger target on our back is actually great because I love competition. And I love the challenge. So I feel like as a team, we're just going to do well again, but it's just going to be harder.
You have 14 letter winners returning from last year's team, but this year you bring in 2 freshmen and 3 transfers. How do you find the balance of looking forward and realizing you have a new team, but also carrying over some of that momentum of that unprecedented success from last year?
It's awesome that we have new members of our team with 3 transfers. That's so awesome. And nobody transferring out, which is even better. But just carrying that momentum from last year's seniors is key because that senior class had so much energy, so much wisdom, so much to offer for our team. So just making sure that the newcomers of our team just know exactly like what that looks like by us representing them well, and then so on and so forth. So I'm excited to have them, and it's so great because they also have so much wisdom and so much knowledge to share with us, and it's great seeing like other people's perspectives and other people's backgrounds and testimonies, and I'm just excited to have them a part of our team and get to know them even more and more each day.
You mentioned the wisdom that you learned from last year's seniors. Now that you're that senior, what wisdom are you hoping to pass on now to these younger classes?
I'm just hoping to pass down, like, I just hope to share my personal testimony, and I've shared it with a few of my teammates, but, also allowing them to know that I'm not who other people think that I am. So what that means is like I've heard some people say like, oh, she looks like she's cocky, she looks like this, that, and third. And I'm like, guys, I could care less if I got like National Player of the Year or Big 12 Player of the Year or whatever. Those are so amazing, but at the same time, like that's not my purpose. My purpose is to glorify God through the way that I play and through the way that I, share my wisdom with my teammates. So just sharing that and having them have a bigger why than just winning games or getting to the Final Four. That should be a goal, but that shouldn't be our why, like our purpose and why we choose to play volleyball and get up at 5:45 every morning, because it's deeper than just winning games and the stats. So just sharing that with them and keeping them motivated to be the best version of themselves.
Your humility really shone through after you won the AVCA National Player of the Year. You talked about how you still had a lot of work to do. You wanted to up your game, specifically with your technique. What have you really refined this offseason?
I have been refining my passing and my defense because we all know, first of all, I'm not that bad of a passer. I just don't pass in the game. Like I just get freed up to hit. So this year I feel like the target is going to be on, okay, let's get her tired. Let's get her out of the rotation because that's what good coaches are going to do. Take out the outside so that they don't get swings. But just making sure that I get better with that and like digging. And I've been working on my flexibility. I feel like that's why I can't dig as well, but I can almost touch my toes. And just my confidence overall, because it's a lot of pressure and I love that. But if I don't have like a strong mind and I'm not confident, then that can be easily shaken. So just those three things.
Your offense was ranked fifth nationally in hitting percentage. And when you have the Big 12 Center of the Year in Hannah Sedwick, formerly Hannah Locken, the newlywed, what does her decision making, how does that really open up opportunities for you to attack?
Oh, I told Hannah, I'm like, hey, set me in the beginning. That way everybody else is opened up because they're already worried about me. I don't know why, but they're worried about me whenever I had Shelly, Kara, Marika, and Hannah on the dump. I'm like, why are y'all coming to me? But they would, and that'll just free up everybody else because they're worried about me. Boom, she says it to Marika. Beautiful kill, 10-foot line almost every time. So I just love how Hannah, fools the opponents and makes them like really think. And then at the end, she'll come back to me. I have nobody. And then at that moment, the game is won. So I just love Hannah Sedwick, and her decision making is beautiful.
Yossiana, you're going to be seeing your teammates and coaches in just a couple weeks for the first time in almost 4 months. When you think about what that reunion is going to be like, what emotions does that bring for you?
I am so excited because normally whenever you're around people all day, you're like, oh, whatever. Like you still love them, but they get on your nerves and you don't really, have that much to say. But now that everybody is kind of separated, it's like, hey, let's have another Zoom call, like just us. I miss you guys. And we text all the time in the group, hype each other up whenever we post a picture on Instagram or Twitter or something, have personal calls. Like we really miss each other. So this reunion is going to be great because our team is so funny. Like Kara is so quiet, but she's like the funniest person on the team, and nobody would ever know because she shows no emotion. But she's just like the biggest teddy bear, and she's so hilarious. But I'm excited to see everyone because we truly are a family.
I heard you were the funniest person on the team. That's up for debate.
Nah.
Well, Yossiana, thank you so much for taking the time to join me. Really looking forward to seeing what you and your team can accomplish here in 2020.
Thank you. It was great talking to you.